So, you're sitting in your sociology class and your professor says last time we talked about surveys, but how do we ensure that those surveys actually represent the people that we're studying? That question leads us to one of the most important ideas in all of quantitative research, which is sampling. When sociologists study a population, say everybody at a college or all residents of a town, it's highly unlikely that they're going to be able to reach everyone there. So instead, researchers select a sample or a smaller group that's meant to represent the whole. A good sample isn't just created by chance. It also has to be big and varied enough to reflect that larger population. If the sample is too tiny or tilted towards one type of person, the results aren't really going to tell you much about that larger group. That's where random selection helps. This gives everybody a chance of being selected for the study, which can cut down on personal bias. But even with a fair selection process, you still need a sample size that's large enough in order to represent all major groups. Let's think about a college. If you survey people only in your dorm hall, you're only going to capture a small corner of the campus. But even if you draw names randomly from across the campus, a small sample size of let's say 20 is going to miss some really big slices of student life. A larger, well-rounded sample, including many students from different housing arrangements, majors, years, as well as backgrounds, is going to give you a much greater sense of what campus life is really like. Even then, a strong sampling plan doesn't guarantee well-balanced groups. Some students might respond right away, while other students might skip the survey entirely. When certain voices drop out, the sample can drift away from the diversity you want, even though the selection process was solid. In the end, sampling is always going to have its limits, but it remains the best way to draw large inferences from populations without having to survey everybody in it. Build the sample well, and the picture that emerges can reveal much more about the population than any one single individual could.